So a customer actually brought this iPhone 7 Plus, explaining that when they put the phone on, what it does is that it comes on then also goes off, and I'm going to be showing you how it does on this video. Now we have to put the phone on to see how it's working, and I'll show you the solution to this problem. Whenever some people encounter this particular problem, some people used to think maybe this problem is from the battery or from the switch or maybe from the motherboard, but actually this is not from the motherboard, and this problem is currently coming up most times with other phones like SS Max, 11 Pro Max and iPhone X and so many other Apple products that are in the market. You can see what it's doing. It comes on, then it goes off by itself. Then you look at what will happen. It comes on again once more, then it will go off again. So in this video, what we're going to be doing is that we're going to look for what actually is the cause of this problem. And I've come across this same problem on different iPhone. I've come across this same problem on iPhone 11 Pro Max. I've come across this problem on iPhone XS Max. I've come across this problem on 12 Pro Max, and I've also come across this same problem on iPhone X. We're going to trace this problem and solve it. So please stay tuned and don't forget to click on the like and subscribe to this channel for more of these educational videos on mobile phones. So first of all, we have to remove the screw that is holding the iPhone 7 Plus. Normally we used to have two screws, but one is actually missing on this phone, so we're going to remove the single one in which we see on this phone. So we're going to lose it. That was the screw. Then the next thing we're going to do, we're going to open this phone so we can be able to gain access to the motherboard. What we'll be needing on this phone is we get our flat, which we're going to use to open the phone. We start from the down because the connector is at the side, the right hand side, so we have to be very careful while removing this phone, while opening it. So we have to be careful. We take it easy, because if you force it at the right side, you may punch the screen flex, that's the cord. So we have to be very careful while opening this phone. If you are not careful, you see that the screen of this phone is already pulling out from the frame, so we have to be very careful while removing it. We have to get the actual angle in which we're going to use, then we slide it out. This is how the inside of this phone looks like. This problem is common with most phones, most iPhone recently. As I said at the first instance, I said it could be the battery, it could be the camera, it could be the power switch. Either ways, but I'll actually let you know that this problem is from the front camera. That's actually the problem. So what we are going to be doing is that we're going to replace this front camera with a different one. That's what we're going to be doing, and join me as I take you through this journey of dismantling or piecing this camera. So first we disconnect the battery. We disconnect the battery, then we disconnect the front camera, then the screen. Also we disconnect every one of them, then remove it. Then the next thing we're going to be doing is that we're going to remove the screws holding this part of the front camera, which is same as where the earpiece is. So we're going to dismantle it, open it, then replace the front camera with a different one. So that's what we're going to be doing. So if you're wondering where you could get any of these phone parts, there's a link at the description where you can get every phone part which is on Amazon. You can use my link to make any purchase. And if you are experiencing such problem with your phone and you are thinking of getting the parts, you can actually get it through the link at the description. For Amazon, when you are buying with my affiliate link, you get it for $13.99. That's in dollars, and in cedis you get it for 167 cedis, 88 pesos, and in naira you get it approximately 9,000 naira. So we have to make sure we remove every screws holding that part of this front, which is the front camera. There's usually 6 screws, I think 5, holding it, which you can see on your screen. I'll have to remove every one of them if I can be able to gain access to the camera. So I'll now replace the old one with the new one. You can see it on your screen. So we have to make sure we remove every screw. Then now we are done removing the screw, then we remove the plate holding it. That's the plate. Then the next thing we do, we remove the speaker, which is connecting to the front camera. Now we can remove the front camera, which is what you are seeing on your screen. This has been the root of the whole problem on this phone. So we're going to be removing this old one and replace it with a different one. So this is the old one. Then now here comes the new one. This is the new one in which we're going to replace on the 7 Plus. So it's time for us to connect everything just the way we removed the old one. We're going to fix the new one. So we have to make sure we connect everything. Then after connecting the camera, then we have to connect the speaker also, because the speaker connects through the front camera. The connection is already on it. Then we add this plastic. Then before we can now after putting the front camera, we can now be able to tighten everything. So now we can put the speaker after putting everything. So when we put the speaker, as we are doing on the screen, so after putting the speaker, then we can now close it. So left the tray, we put the tray on it. Then after putting the tray, we have to get the right angle while fixing it so that it will not lose contact. So after putting the tray, then we have to tighten every screw. That's the 5 screws that was removed from the camera side. There's 2 at the top, then 3 at the down. So we have to make sure we fix everything correctly, just the way it was removed. So after fixing everything, then before we can now be able to test to confirm if everything is actually working perfect. So we are done fixing everything. This the new one. So now is the moment of truth. Let's see if it's actually working perfect now, to see if we've been able to solve this problem. So now we have to connect the screen and everything back to the way it was at first when we opened it. So we have to make sure we connect these cables very well, because if we don't connect it, it may not be able to work. So once we get the connection, it clips very well, then we are good to go. Then before we can now power on the phone to see. So now it's okay. So now we have to clip the battery. So now for the moment of truth, let's see if this phone is actually working perfect. Then we're going to put it on to see if it's okay. So as you can see, the phone is now working perfect. At first it wasn't coming this way, to come on then go off, but now it's working. Everything is working perfect. Now you can see everything is working. Yeah, at first this phone couldn't even power on. When you are pressing the power, it couldn't on. What it does is it restarts by itself, goes on and off by itself. But now after changing the front camera and connect everything correctly, now you can see that. So now you can see everything is working. The phone is working perfect. Now The phone is working perfect. Everything is working perfect. Now it comes on by when you put it on. It's not like unlike the first time whereby it will come on then go off. Now it's actually working perfect. So what we have to do is that we have to check the front camera to see if it's actually okay now. So let's come to this place. You can see it's actually working. So thanks for watching. Please don't forget to click on the like, share and subscribe to this channel for more. Have a blessed day.